Let me put you on to a legend whose voice carried a whole nation. A man who helped take reggae from the streets of Jamaica to the entire world. His name? Jimmy Cliff, one of the most important musicians in Caribbean history. Jimmy Cliff was born in a tiny rural district in St. James, Jamaica. He grew up poor, like many kids on the island, but he had one thing nobody could ignore: a voice that could stop the room. By the time he was 14, he was already recording songs and hustling his way into Kingston, chasing opportunity. And here's where the magic happened. Jimmy Cliff became one of the first reggae artists to break into the international scene. Before Bob Marley took reggae global, Jimmy Cliff was already clearing the path. Songs like Many Rivers to Cross, You Can Get It If You Really Want, and The Harder They Come became anthems for struggle, hope, and resistance. But Jimmy Cliff didn't just make music, he made a whole movement. In 1972, he starred in the film The Harder They Come, and that movie changed everything. It showed the real Jamaica, the hustle, the pain, the fight, the dreams, and it introduced reggae culture to audiences who had never even heard the word before. Jimmy Cliff's voice was different, soft but powerful, spiritual yet rebellious. He sang for the poor, the oppressed, the dreamers who felt like the world was against them, and his music carried a message. No matter what you face, you can rise. What makes him even greater? Jimmy Cliff stayed versatile for decades. Reggae, ska, soul, world music. He mastered it all. And in 2010, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, cementing his legacy as one of the greatest to ever do it. Jimmy Cliff isn't just a musician. He's a pioneer, a cultural bridge, a voice that lifted an island and inspired the world.
I say in one of my songs that they tell me of a pie up in the sky waiting for me when I die. But between the day you're born and when you die, they never seem to hear even your cry. I'm sad, I'm angry. I'm angry. But the music over that is happy. So you use the music to like cover your sadness.
Well, you tell me of a pie up in the sky.
Criticism that many people will bring to reggae is that musically it seems repetitive to the point of monotony. And that might make it difficult for people to listen to the LP because they just hear that regular beat in the background.
Well, that's the uniqueness of reggae. That's what makes it unique. With the blues, when the blues came out, it's the same thing that people said. It was, 3 chords. Until it was something that in the early stage had to suffer to come to surface to prove that it was something good. And it's the same thing with reggae. It's in the early stage now. It's past that stage. I think all it needs right now, people have heard the sound on record, they like it. People have seen the movie, they love it. And now I think what they need to see is it performed live. My ancestors, said they worked and they tried to find peace, which they couldn't find in their time. And so they worked and they suffered and they died. But I'm conscious that that happened to them. So I will not accept that happening to me. I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to find peace. It's a matter of saying that I'm not a slave anymore.
Yes, as I was saying, I like work, But when I work, I must get paid.